What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Taraji P. Henson. Taraji is trending because she had basically a breakdown. She got emotional on Gayle King's Sirius XM show, and she spoke about her finances, and she spoke about how she feels like she's not making the type of money that she's supposed to make. She feels like her and other black female actresses, they're not getting the money that they feel like they deserve, right? For how hard they work. Now, going over we're going to get into what Taraji had to say, but I just want to say this about Taraji P. Henson. I've spoken about her before. Taraji seems like a very unhappy person. She has for, I would say, the last couple of years, ever since her most recent relationship disintegrated. She's talked about how she wants to leave the United States, right? How there's no men here for her, right? How the energy is just not right in this country and she just has to go. And now she's on Gayle King's Sirius XM show breaking down because she feels like she's not making the money that she's supposed to make. As a matter of fact, she said that she only takes home 20% of her income after paying her employees. She mentioned how her agent and her publicist gets a 30% cut. And she says you have to pay those people. But I want to say this too about Taraji, because we just had an actor strike. We had a writer strike this year, and we had an actor strike that started earlier this year and went into November, right? They just ended the writer strike first. And then the actor strike pretty much stopped in November. And that's when people started going back to work. They started promoting their shows. As a matter of fact, the guy who plays Low Key, I think maybe the day of or the day after, they renegotiated with the actors. He was on one of these late shows promoting Low Key, right? And that was because they don't get paid if the shows are not on and the shows are not doing well. So they had to go ahead and get to work. I think that Taraji wasn't working a lot this year. There were probably projects that she was looking forward to doing this year that was going to supplement her income, and it didn't happen because of the strike. And her and a lot of others financially, especially if they did not have good finances. Now, I don't know what the totality of her financial situation is, but it looks to me that Taraji must not be budgeting her money very well or investing her money very well, because it seems to me that she's living paycheck to paycheck. Because when you've been in this business as long as she has, you should know that it's not going to last forever, and she's going to have to find a way to maximize her money. Now, it says her net worth is $12 million. So does she not have any investments? Where's your investments? Do you own any property? Do you have any brand deals? Because according to what I see her promoting on her social media, she has her own line of products. Can't think of it right now, but she's invested it somewhere. It's TPH by Taraji. And I guess it's for hair care. So she has invested into that. I mean, is that not doing well for her? See, you can't just rely on your paycheck as an actor in entertainment. Even athletes have to invest their money. They either invest it in property, they invest it in ventures. You have to maximize your money, saving it. But it's very clear to me that this strike, even though it ended in November, I believe it started a little bit earlier this year, she is one of the many actors who suffered financially because they couldn't work this year. They couldn't work. And when you're used to living paycheck to paycheck, and listen, she's been in the industry for over 20 years. You should have known by now how to maximize your money outside of acting gigs. You can't rely on acting gigs. You're going to have to invest your money. Get the right financial people around you. And it looks like she just hasn't done that. So now she pointing fingers, blaming everybody. Listen, that ship has sailed. This whole we need to renegotiate, that ship has sailed. When the actors when the actors ended their strike and they signed that new deal with the studios, that was your chance, black actresses, but y'all too busy demonizing black men. You know what I'm saying? You too busy throwing black men under the bus to look at your pockets, right? You too busy trying to push liberal policies and trying to force people to accept this person and that person instead of you focusing on your money. Taraji and the rest of these other black actresses should have focused on their money instead of trying to push liberal policies and be a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. Y'all, why are we hearing about this now? It's about to be 2024 and we just not hearing about how black actresses feel like they're not being paid enough. Well, whose fault is that? Let's get into this. Because the finger point to me is hilarious. Taraji, just so y'all don't say that I'm making up anything, says Taraji P. Henson breaks down in tears over her alleged unequal pay. She claims that she's not being paid what she feels like she deserves. But again, whose fault is that? You were stumping so hard for Joe Biden and the Democratic Party and all their liberal policies, right? That you forgot your own self until now. Now you want sympathy from us. Taraji, you and these other women could have spoken about this a long time ago, but you did not do that. You were too busy trying to be a political agent. Now, because you realize that, damn, I am living paycheck to paycheck. Well, again, a lot of those people that work for you, Taraji, probably don't even need to work for you. You don't need all those people around you. Like you really don't, Taraji. A lot of times, these Hollywood entertainers, they will hire a bunch of people just to feel like they are big time. I bet you if she looks at the books and the people that she's employing, half of those people don't even need to be there. Half of those people don't even need to be there. But she's paying them anyway. You don't need a huge support staff. You're an actress. And you only do acting. You don't do anything else outside of that I know of. I mean, you do have this hair care line. But again, we're talking about how you feel about acting and how you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick. Let's get into this. Hold on. I'm going to play this video here on this right here.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired.
This, again, folks, if I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say that she shouldn't feel this way, but y'all been quiet for a long time. It's like, how do you expect me to empathize with you when y'all have had years to speak about this, but you never did? Y'all were too busy being political agents. Y'all were more focused on who's dating whose orientation, abortion. Y'all more concerned about those things than yourselves. So I think that Taraji needs to understand that this is a fight that you should have been fighting a long time ago, at least publicly.
I'm tired.
I get that.
It wears on you, you know? Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
What is it telling me? Yeah. And what does it tell me? Yeah.
You know? And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, don't apologize.
Again, I said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it again. This is a fight y'all should have been fighting. Instead of fighting us as black men, you should have been fighting to make sure that you were taken care of financially. But what you did was you teamed with the liberal lamestream media to attack black men. And I know you're going to say, well, Jaye, what does it have to do? It has a lot to do with it. Because I know Taraji. I have seen how she has moved over the years. I've seen the things that she has said. This is the fight that y'all need to be fighting instead of fighting us. Those studios, according to you, Taraji, were playing in your face. Let's get into it. Taraji P. Henson is getting candid and emotional about the state of her finances as a black actress. It's because of the actor strike. The actor strike did a number on a lot of people in Hollywood, especially people who did not manage their money properly, who did not invest their money properly. The Empire alum who previously admitted that she is considering leaving the industry because it's not financially sustainable broke down in tears while discussing unequal pay she received during a radio interview with Gayle King Tuesday. Y'all should have spoke with the Actors Guild. Y'all should have spoke with SAG about that, but y'all didn't say Nathan. I didn't say nothing. Now because the deal been struck and you didn't get anything, any concessions, black actresses and actors, now you want to cry on these radio shows. Come on, man. She immediately became emotional when King, who's 68, asked about the possibility of retiring from acting, taking a long pause before saying, "I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, and getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sister saying the same thing over and over," she continued. You notice ain't no black men. Do you know why black men aren't on here crying about their finances, Taraji? The same men who've been in the industry just as long as you. Because they've actually invested their money into other things. They actually took care of their money. They don't have a huge staff of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, because she seems like she probably has about 30 people on her payroll. About 30. You only taking home 20% of your earnings? What? At least the other half better be going to savings or investments, but it's not. You're spending as soon as you're getting it. You're living paycheck to paycheck. And what the actor strike exposed was the people who did not take care of their money, who were basically living acting job paycheck to acting job paycheck. I hear people go, "You work a lot." I have to. The math ain't mathing. Henson, who's 53, went on to explain, after she's paid, her team, such as her agent and publicists, get 30% cut. Just imagine you giving somebody 30%. I see why she want to quit. 30%. That agent must be very good at their job for her to be giving them 30%, and a publicist too. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone, she noted. The fact that we're up here, there's a whole team behind us. They have to get paid. Hence, it estimate that she takes about 20% of her paycheck to the bank after paying taxes and her employees. Y'all got to understand, when you're living in Los Angeles, not only is the cost of living in Los Angeles high, the taxes that you have to pay is high. That's why you see a lot of successful men move to Florida. They either move to Texas or they move to Florida because there's no state income tax. But a lot of these women they'll live in Atlanta, they'll live in Los Angeles, New York, when the taxes are going to be extremely high, the cost of living is going to be extremely high. That's when you see conversations like this. I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something, I break another glass ceiling. When it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again after I've never did what I just did. She further noted, well, you got to get a better agent. If your agent isn't getting you more money, Taraji, that's on you. That's on the people that you're hiring to represent you. I see it in sports all the time. You got professional athletes who will fire one agent and they will hire another one because they know that agent right there, he's going to get me a lot of money. He's going to get me paid. He's going to take care of me financially. He's going to make sure I'm good. He's going to make sure that I am making a lot of money. I'm successful. His team is going to make sure that I am good and successful. If you don't have those people around you, you shouldn't be paying people who aren't getting you those types of deals. You don't have the management team that's going to go out there and get you those deals. I'm not saying that she doesn't have that, but I mean, if you're crying on a podcast, there's something wrong there. I'm only human. It seems that every time I do this, with tears rolling down her cheeks, the Color Purple star added, and if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the F am I doing? She accused studios of playing in her face when it comes to time for contract negotiations and lamented that they will set a huge budget for some projects, but they claim they have no money left once it's her turn to sign a deal. You know, Taraji, do you know why people do movies in the MCU? Do you know why people do franchises? There's a lot of money in franchises. All you have to do is sign on to one of these franchises, and every franchise movie that you're in, your money is going to go up. That's how strategic a lot. You're starting to see more actors who you have never seen in a comic book movie franchise before. They're starting to get into the comic book franchise world because there's a lot of money to be made. That's why I say it's all on your representation to make sure that they put you in a position to make as much money as possible. And getting you in these franchises, it gives you the opportunity to make a lot of money. What about another TV show? Getting on a successful television show will up your money as well. There are actors who make a lot of money every episode. And am I just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep going? She said enough is enough. In 2016, the WGA Hollywood Writers Report confirmed that black women in the entertainment industry get paid significantly less than white females, and the gap is even wider when compared to white men. Henson is not the only black star to have experienced this. Actress Gabrielle Union took to X to support her with following her frank comments. Not a damn lie told, not a damn lie, she wrote Wednesday. We go to bat for the next generation, hell, even our own generation and above. We don't hesitate to be the change that we all need to see, and it takes a toll on your mind, health, soul, and career if we keep going. Well, y'all have been quiet for quite some time. And Gabrielle, I don't want to hear from Gabrielle. What is the latest things that Gabrielle Union has done in Hollywood? She hasn't really done much. So I want to hear from black women who actually get work in Hollywood. And by the way, black women, you've been fighting the wrong battles. See, instead of fighting us, you should have been fighting the powers that be in Hollywood. But you haven't. You were too busy trying to fight us. That's where your energy has been. Your energy has been nowhere except trying to fight us. When your energy should have been towards making sure you made as much money as possible. But like I said, hopefully it works out for her. She seemed like a good person. I have nothing against Taraji. So let me know what you think in the comments here. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.